Torrance is a coastal town about 60 miles west of Riverside. And that's where two women who are immigrants from El Salvador were up early on their paper route in a blue Toyota Tacoma. Also, and I will say this, a truck.
Yeah.
So, Liz, have you ever done a paper route?
I haven't. I was just thinking.
I've never done one. But have you played the game Paperboy on the Game Boy handheld video game system?
I actually think I have.
Yeah.
Where you throw the papers?
Oh, you throw the papers?
Yeah. It was old-timey, though.
Old-timey, yes,
yeah,
correct.
Sure. I love an old-timey game.
Times have changed, and these two women have exchanged the child's bikes for a large blue pickup truck. They're slowly, and so listen, I do this too, except on foot, and I get it. It freaks a lot of people out. I do it early morning. It's caused a lot of problems. They are slowly crisscrossing from side to side like a slowly slithering snake down this Torrance street, throwing papers out the window. Now, in the back seat is a 71-year-old woman named Emma Hernandez, who's passing newspapers from the back seat to the front seat to her daughter, Margie. Carranza. Margie. I like that. Margie.
Margie is cute. In
Margie
a weird, it's a little quirked up, but
yeah,
it's probably Margie.
I got to be honest with you. If you meet a 24-year-old girl named Margie too, that's also too quirked up. And brother, stay away. You don't want it. You don't want any of those.
Well, it's
Instagram
got to be, it's a little
photo
quirked up
messages
summer.
from her.
I think everyone's getting a little quirked this summer.
No, I'm going Bataclan mode. Anyway, so she is getting past newspapers from her mother from the back seat to the front, and she's tossing them out the window. She's doing a fucking paper route. This is not these women's full-time job. Both of these women do this 7 days a week, early in the morning, and also work housekeeping jobs in order, I believe, to put Margie's son through college. They see a cop car sort of in front of a house with all four doors ajar, but no police in sight. And they're like, oh, that's actually pretty quirked up too. But they're like, you know what? We're delivering papers. We're doing nothing wrong. They're fucking tossing them out the window. So, Liz, have you ever shot at anybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. No. And so you know it's pretty difficult, right? No, it is. It is hard to hit somebody. Like, people think in the movies, it's like, you're like, oh, you just line it up and but most of the time people are shooting. They're like, oh no, my God.
Well, not me. I'm an ace shooter.
It's true. Yeah. No, I mean, I saw your work. They named several of the places in the manifesto that you read. So, but it is pretty easy to hit a vehicle, especially a pretty large truck.
Well, it's like a really, really, really big fat person.
Exactly.
So that moves very slowly.
This was the Gourmand's experience in the First World War.
Yes.
He had a tough time of it.
A literal target on his back.
Yes, it was crazy.
He should have taken it off.
Well, he's a fast horseman, and so it's But and he rides those like giant like draft horses.
But it's
too.
like a really kind of like short horse that but it's like there's like kind of like a permanent bow in its back because of the Gourmand.
It's a reverse camel.
It's like like cartoon Napoleon short horse.
Exactly. So these women are just literally driving down the street doing their job. And all of a sudden, cops open fire from every direction.
Dude, this is so fucking crazy.
Yes.
No warning. They don't say anything. They don't identify themselves. They fire, over 103 rounds?
30 rounds don't even hit the truck, which I gotta say,
so it's just like going psycho mode.
That's a lot of fucking gunshots. 17 of those were from shotguns. And I mean, I read the police
shotguns.
Well, cops always have shotguns, and I think ARs now in all police cars.
Okay.
But they are. I don't know why you would try to shoot that truck with a shotgun. But what can I say? I am not a member of the Torrance Police Department. They are blasting this motherfucker. In fact, several of the cops use up all the rounds in their shotguns, and instead of reloading, just throw the shotguns and switch to their sidearm because it's faster, and just start fucking. It was a nightmare, and it was
I want to point something out before we get in more deeper into this tragedy.
Yes.
Now, if these cops did believe that was Dorner, that means that they had been given the order shoot to kill.
100%.
And I just want to
is-
make
yeah.
that clear. Like, there was no, if they thought that they had seen Dorner and they were given the okay to literally like fucking empty every single thing they had in that truck or in that car, you know what I mean? In all their cars, just like fucking blast this thing, then there was never an order to like take him in for any kind of
No.
like alive or anything.
No.
And we
No,
haven't even gotten to, you know, what comes next, but I just want to make that clear because it's completely psycho.
There was very clear either a spoken or more likely unspoken agreement between every cop, like, we're just going to end this guy's life. We're going to shoot him. No warning, nothing.
Thick blue line.
Exactly. I want to remind you guys, this truck is A, not the same truck that Christopher Dorner has.
No,
and
not
B,
even.
a different color. And C, driven by two women from El Salvador. So the cops are also on different sides of the truck and they keep shooting. And mind you, of course, these women are not firing back. They're being shot. The cops think that they're getting shot at from the truck, but
Because
it's actually
it's
just the cops shooting at each other. This actually happens a lot with police. Exactly. So later, one of the cops says that the newspaper's slapping the ground. By the way, this is LA Times. They're like, oh, it sounded like gunshots, which is
it doesn't.
Not true. Gunshots are very loud.
Yeah, and it's the slap of paper. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, listen, baby. As a newsie myself, I'm very familiar with that. It's just like the pitter patter of a baby's foot around the house. The two women did survive, except that the grandmother, Emma Hernandez, was shot twice. So police have shot a 71-year-old woman twice. They didn't hit the other woman either, which does not bode well for the police's response for Dorner either, because even if they have shoot to kill orders, you shot 103 rounds at these two women in this giant truck. And thank God they only hit one of these women twice. So none of the cops face any charges. And eventually the women receive a $4.2 million settlement from the city.
That was a Tacoma, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I just got to say, not a bad review on the Tacoma then. Keeps you safe.
Pretty good.
Thick doors.